Welcome back to Schureberg. Since the last video, we're having another Arkstraight expansion and the second HSRP Transit Hub nearby Silksburg and a Constantin River. In today's episode, I need to do something with a massive water pipe layout and a griddable system which is more certain and smarter or less cheaper or expensive whatsoever. But first, Arkstright is waiting again. Alright, so this is the continuation of the segment. Neither-wise, the second HSRP Transit Hub is complete. And now it's time for the third HSRP Transit Hub. But first you need to demolish it first into a T-slope. When you see this one, it needs to be a perfect continuation. Perpendicular or something. And it needs to be precisely whatsoever. And where is that receiving? I don't think they changed. If you think they changed their minds, they need to change their minds as long as it is. So you need to make a T-slope. Okay. Let's try something else without any T-slopes. T-slopes aren't bad. T-slopes are not bad as well. Okay. It's not dangerous. It is hard to distinguish, turn it on. So if it is hard to distinguish, turn it on. And make I think what's wrong. Okay. On slope. Puzzle pieces might be on slope. Where's that connected? Ah, there. This can crash the desktop in a single while. And let's start again. And whatsoever you need to say that okay. Otherwise better. One. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10, 12, and 13. And make sure what is perfect and what is perfect. You need to make a perfect on slope. But not roads. Roads are expensive. Then so on. Maybe the children will do. But as long as it cuts off, the elevated rail shall do it. Do a single for substitution. Let's make a high speed. High monorail puzzle pieces. Alright then. Where is that placing? Oh yeah. We're not going to do this in about a time. And the cell has road. So let's not make sure about this. Rotate. Oh god. Rotations must be again. Turn on grid before doing that. Let's go to the custom intersections, which is not related to the any better. T-spin highway. There might be on slope. Oh. Okay, let's remove the straight. In the zone. What? It doesn't work. Complete bandages, services, or something. Through the eyes of love. Yes, that's the song. Or a child. It cannot be placed. And it can't be placed. Okay. Yes. Done and done. And the next one is to put a pylon over here. Elevated highway. And elevated puzzle pieces. And rail viaduct puzzle piece. Okay, not again. And there you go. Lots of things that you need to say. Like rebuild. You don't much time, you need to say what whatsoever. Okay then. Long transition. Let's see, long transition, then long transition. Transition ramp. Oh god, it's very simple. It's very confusing. Let me just think a while. It's some sort of it's complicated. Alright then. It's super complicated. To be compiled, complied, or complained. Not to check any other GHSR stations as long as nearby. There might be on slope and they cannot be placed. Arden. There might be on slope and it cannot be displaced by a single while. Don't build like this, it will crash the game. Not really. Not really, this isn't fault. Fault ideas. What to make sure what it is or whatsoever. We can't make it anything about. Okay. Okay then. This can crash a while. All of these are desired. Check it over again and... Oh my god. Let's rebuild. Think twice. Think twice. Think multiplies. certain ones are weak. We have a simple question. Near the avenue. At least one thing you want to know. Because there's one thing I absolutely close. Some sort. They don't do much. As long as it is, you need to relocate. Oh god, this is a cheater speed. I messed up out of something. Okay, let's rebuild. This is a cheater speed. What it going? It hushes back, and the terrain is too steep again. Let's so this is the continuation. What is continuation? What is continuation? Okay. Not really whatsoever. And the terrain is too steep again. Let's ask one thing. Let's ask one thing again. One more thing. It should be particular as amazing. Should be green to blue. And the terrain is too steep again. Let's make something plain. Okay. Here's another ideas that you will partake the particular thing. Okay. Not again. The terrain is too steep, and it's too steep. Oh God. One more thing. If it's too steep, yeah, that's correct. This is the correct position. Whatsoever. You need to make a correct positioning. The game will crash, you need to save the game first. Control save. This can crash the desktop in a single while you mostly think everything you want, and so on. If this is not the first time you need to rebuild, then try again. Not again. Let's try something another. Ah, there. Take the steering and get him. long transitions required. As long as it takes, you need to take the long transitions. Long transitions, what is it? Oh yeah. Make sure everything is great and create a transition ramp. And there you go. One thing you need to say that doesn't fit. If not, that is why. And that should do it. Then what's the next thing you need to say? Okay. And connecting it on this third segment. Wait until it comes first. That's on slope. On a 2-level on slope. Slope materials must be certain. And it cannot be placed by tiles. It's a reserved tiles that is not yours. And that's not even yours. Let's try something else. Whatsoever. Let's see. I don't choose ones. Straight on slope. Oh yeah, straight on slope is required. Oh, what's next? There. Railroad over puzzle pieces. That should do it. Okay. Squeaking out birds. With the highway. If connected to the monorail, it will crash the desktop. That's how it takes in a single one. Do you understand how this happens? Especially the highway. With an elevated rail. Oh God, I can't build this one. I cannot even build this one, so okay. With an elevated rail on it. Let's start over. Maybe there's something wrong with this. Superior is confusing. If you build another one, that will be the one. If we go near this one, it will crash. Crashes lead to this one. It took time to make it worse. And it took the time to make it was. It was to make it times. Let's compare to each other's harm to make it wise. Yeah, that's correct. So what's next? So do you understand how this happens? And again, unsuitable. There might be unsuitable placements on each side of the road. And it should be placed again on the other side again. And it should be great. And go away from the harm. Causing to make it trouble. Trouble's up ahead, and since the trouble is ahead, don't make something uncertain. To be censored. Correct. Not so scary. Should be on T-slope. What? Give me a T-slope. Not the right connection. Should do it. And should be doing it. Should be doing it, and it should be doing it. Once the infraction is complete, refraction is complete, and sorry, something else. Whatsoever. But you should know. Whoa! Give me a second. How do you understand? How do you understand what is... Oh. Let's go back. I think something wrong with this. I think there's something wrong with this. To be improved. Let's start over. Begin in wise perfection. Otherwise, perfections can cause immediate perfection. And it cannot be built on this side. Perfections may lead to that. And it will lead to that, it will constrain. Immediate constriction. Okay then. Let's start over. Without building anything. If you don't build without anything, it will learn how to precisely as crash into the other side. It should be working as long as it takes. don't make a bad job listings. Maybe this time. Let's see. If you are the best, you need to complete to be satisfied. Okay. Okay then. Go back to the monorail and there are 5 of these. First you need to say a custom interchange can do. Alright then. This is the second attempt that custom interchanges can do the easy work. Once a thing you need to say that custom interchanges can also do the work. Without building anything. Well, without building anything, would I ask you what is however? Let's see. Whatsoever weight goes in this light tram system. It might be full and up to the next thing. If it's full, check again. If this is not time, make the first place to okay, can place on the top of the reserve tiles and rebuild it again. That should do what's so it's time to make it morally and whatsoever. Let's see. Let's say okay, we'll go back to the rail. Go back to the rail system and please start over in one single lane. How am I supposed to say and it cannot place on top of a real spaghetti works? Tell me something happened. To the eyes of the child. Okay then. And finally, you need to make something else better. Let's try something else. That will be the one, and what's next? Oh god. How am I supposed to build another one? It's possible to replace one single thing with the other. Don't be. Let's make it 2 squares. I don't really listen to the usual things. God. Stop failing me now. Unless this will go directly to the fraudulent. Okay. So what is the last time you need to say? Again, so what's the last time you need to say? Is that some of the recent information may be table and start over. On a single highway. And they want to go back to the start as long as it takes. It took 31 times to make it in invisible buttons. Let's make it shorter one. As long as the piece at the moment, you need to rebuild this. And what to do is, if you build again with this elevated rail, kind of from some sort of the system, which may include as nearby. Nearby. No more double loops. And that really short, I think it was. A straight rail. No perpendicular thing. And what? Should be straight, and there you go. Lots of things. What to do is what to make sure all of these systems or kind of some sort, or it really was. But now you need to wait and see. You need to wait and see how this happens. Where is this? Where's the placing here? Where's the placing? Where's the placing? Where's the placing? Let's go back. I think I had to make on conserve wild pieces on this first slope. Single slope system up here. There's no such thing at all. They are full of monsters. They're not to be scared. No, not to be scared. Should be placed as nearby. As long as it takes, you need to build kind of some sort. You need an elevated rail, you build an elevated rail, and the other elevated rail. For most of the time, you need some elevated rails, as long as it takes. What? they don't match the following. What's the next thing? What is this? Kind of place right over. What's in slope? Only the ground rail pieces doesn't work. How doesn't matter. So let's try something over. And usually goes right over here. Make a diagonal slope. Oh, wrong. Almost a complete crash. Complete crashes us all. Let's wait until the end of the segment. What to do is high monorail puzzle pieces. Okay. Then 40. Oh God! You realize how this happens? Okay, let's make it 40. Dissemination. And the final part, you need to make it something better. As long as it gets better. A structure behind let's see. A structure over here. And let's opening over here. And what's next? Okay. What's next now? There might be on slope. Nearby the elevator row. Elevated row. With no pylon required. And right over here, build diagonal pieces. Most of the time, you need to be proseculated better. So keep it going and what? Keep going, but anyone. But anyone here. But anyone getting confusing, it's not going to be easy work as long as it takes. This might take a while to build this. So the last thing you need to say, elevated, a monorail. A monorail nearby with so that's why lovely takes. Don't make easy on me. Okay, stop though. Okay, the clock is already stopped. One thing you need to say, this is going to be the third HSRP Transit Hub. So the time lapse is the massive water pipe layout in Schureberg, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Alright, so this is going to be the third HSRP Transit Hub station. So let's move on. Unless they want to stick through behind. Without any further ado, conclude them yourself. So there are two of this. And one in Arkstright. And let me rebuild that first. Can cause crashes. So first you need to say that the widespread stations leads to the other area. I don't really think so. So don't forget about this one. It's not quite simple as this one. So it took 40 minutes in the last segment after the time lapse or before the time lapse. Or a well-known idea. Or do you make a mistake? First you need to buy or destroy. First you need to destroy or everything or something. So it requires likely. And there's something wrong. And you need to do whatsoever is kinda do out of work. Not really, not really. So how does it work? Connecting to simulation. And there are some fewer areas from this side into the Hold on. The side. Well, it's not even connected to this side. And... or well known, yeah. That should do it. That's not even connected to the side. So let's try again. If you want to try again, you need to make sure what is perfectly fine than the other side. And for all of this, because there's not a things what to say, if what are else may contain what is this other. Each others are unified. And it cannot be connected to the other side. So it needs a road connection. Or not really. Turn on the grid. As you can say that some of this one are not yet completable. Or it's not even completable. To make it more. 60. Dissemination. Alright then. Okay then, let's try something another. Of course this is 1 out of 10 to another sequential simulation that is perfectly fine. Not really, and again, it's suitable. Connecting to simulation. As long as it requires, you need to connect to the simulation. If not, we connect it again. Or something. If something messes up, you need to build again. To make it like this, that is not how it match. Is that match? Is that how you match this? And the favorite thing. Getting into the launch. Let's wait till later. Not again. Let me try something else. Let's see. Does anything happen if you're not building any existable trap? Hold on a second. This might do. It should be draggable. Draggable is consistent of 2 on which consent. What to do is to accept into a road connection. Connections are not doing as well. To do something fun or to do something fun. Make sure you have to create a station that is not perfectly in colored. Needs a power line. Let's try something else. Things what to do is It's a high-speed train. And it will be connected to other side. Well, wrong side. I think it was, but it's in the wrong side. And the wrong side is apply more. Apply something more, and it should not be happening now. And something's wrong here. It's very confusing. Super confusing. You might going to say that riskier. Let's make it 7. Seven is the best thing you can just say. Okay, done. Six. Or 7. Or that's why. That is how. Or the correlation is. Connecting to wait. Simulation. Now, how does it work in one single idea? Well, one single idea. Okay, this is the third HSRP station. Now, where does it put? Now, where does it put? Okay. That might be the one. Only one is exclusively. And what is right and what is wrong. On a simple creative connection. So that's why this is the third station. Connecting to the most of the part. We're not going to have anything to do what they have. Demolish it first. I don't need this anymore, so let's build an airport. Okay. So I cannot build airports right now because I think we have suspended in all airports to the legal ones. And it's the law. Law making is a perfect defense, so let's resume. Anything has happened. Total speed. Let's move on to the total speed. Now for the total speed. And what's next? 16 terminals per city. Try the right ones. Including the hill. I want to make sure that some of the information should be 3 of those, and yeah, that's why it should be like this into a single ones. First, they don't do much in time. Then secondly, thirdly, fourthly, and fifth, there are 5 of those. That doesn't like that much. Let's make it 44 and 44. 42 is enough. So let's turn off the grid. Make sure everything is normal, and let's try something else. Let's move on to the parking system. Lift agricultural system. Lift the entire agricultural system. Okay, this can crash. This can crash the desktop in a single termination. So let's go back to the center. If anything happens, you need to upgrade all of these stations, meaning of tramways or something else. If you don't have any tramways, you need to rebuild it over and over again without using tramways. Tramways are surprisingly different. And let's make sure everything back to the middle. Well, let's make the new center ones. Stop the clock. So what's the next thing? Now, Arkstraight has 5 parts. Part 1 is the new Akonstansen. Part 2 is where we added a new river. Part 3 is the new water pipe layout system during this Auslibonia segment. Part 4 is the second HSRP Transit Hub station. And Part 5 is the another HSRP Transit Hub station. So let's move on to Yanker. And we think there's something wrong with this part. And probably the most thing you need to say is to demolish. First, you need to say everything should be demolished into single a while. So I'm not asking you to say that some sort of people must require anything else, but why would you make it it literally crashes into this part. So let's the other side in one single order. And that doesn't make sure that some elementaries are not yet provided to another ones. Let's try something else. If not, they will not happen. So let's move on to this yeah, a single road area. So please be thoughtful. If you're not adding any problem, you need to add a single street, and that should do it. And no medium densities are allowed and or available. And I thought they were all out of this segment, because this isn't how you listen. So what's next? You need to say that is not correlatable. Correlatable. Okay. Now how does it work? Go into the side and go to the side. And what to do is put a large park ring here and here to avoid crashing. How does it ever we want to say is to rebuild again and again. Ask me. It's where we built again once we're out of time. Here or here. And you need a skateboard park or a medium playground or does it work? Let's add something else without any prescription. To be internalized by its own. Or something. And the airport is blocking the roads. Rose the risk. If you don't want to crash, then save the game quickly as possible. And it's the rework of the Schureberg or somewhat Yanker district. Yanker district rework. So in the next episode, there are some fewer things, or can you give me a while? Fewer things may be possible. Okay. Right now you need to demolish it first. And how does it work? So wait for the smoke to come out. First, you need to wait for the smoke to come out and build the college first. And rebuild the coverage on the college area. And once a thing, you need to say, this is Yanker. And finally, you need to say what is whatsoever. So in the next episode, I need to rework and rebuild the areas of Blythenburg City and Aristocracy Northwest. I'll see you in the next episode.